guys are seeing this. And now, time for week 3 predictions. Do we have any buys yet? No teams on buys. Alright, and we're starting off with a really difficult game for me to predict. A really difficult game for me to predict. Nick Chubb obviously just went down. Titans looked really bad week 1. They bounced back week 2 against a Chargers team that's decent. I'm not super confident here, but I'm gonna go Titans. But I'm not 100% on that one. We have the Texans versus the Jaguars. CJ Stroud looked really good week 2 against the Colts, but Jaguars kept a close game against the Chiefs. This is one I kind of want to go Texans here. I'm going to go Texans there. I think CJ Stroud will get it done. Colts versus Ravens. We don't know Anthony Richardson's status for this game. He left last game with a concussion. And I point out that I've been sleeping on this Ravens team a little bit. I think they're a lot better than I've been giving them credit for. I think even if AR is healthy, give me the Ravens here against the Colts. Broncos versus Dolphins. Dolphins are absolutely rolling right now. Broncos have started the season 0-2. And they have lost both games I predicted them to win in. They were up early last week, and they gave up they choked away their lead to the Commanders. Meanwhile, the Dolphins, they continue to look like one of the best offenses in the league. And I think that the Dolphins, if you're going to choke a lead to the Commanders, the Dolphins are going to get you some trouble here. So I'm going to take the Miami Dolphins over the Denver Broncos. Them starting 0-3, if I'm correct about this. That's obviously a backbreaker for them and their playoff hopes, but yeah, I don't know. Patriots versus Jets. Like, I have no faith in Zach Wilson at this point. He had 3 picks last week. 3 or 2. I know he had multiple picks last week. But that defense is so good, which really sucks. You think about Aaron Rodgers being hurt, because this is a Super Bowl quality defense that the Jets have. There's one of the guys in the Discord is adamant that the Patriots are going 5-12 this season. He's very pessimistic about their chances. I think the Jets defense will get a win here, and this is the first time I'm picking them to win so far this season, so hopefully they don't let me down here. Steelers versus Raiders. Raiders looked really good week 1. Looked really bad last week. Steelers with a really big win against a Browns team last week. That, a lot of people had picked to beat them, but the Steelers, they really won on the strength of their defense. And I think that defense is going to get to this Raiders team in a big way. Give me the Steelers over the Raiders. Finally, we have our inter-conference games. upset every week? Are we looking? Where do we have upset potential here? I see my upset potential. You guys might realize what I'm going for too. Give me the Bills over the Commanders. The Commanders did look really good last week. A big comeback win against the Denver Broncos. But the Bills also had a bounce back win themselves last week after a bad week one. And I think the Bills get this done here. Chargers versus Vikings. This feels like a toss-up to me. I've picked the Vikings 2 weeks in a row now. They've let me down. But Kirk Cousins, his arm, he's been putting up really good stats so far. Almost 400 yards passing every game, 3-4 touchdowns a game. And this is a Chargers defense that is giving up a lot of yards. I really have some concerns with this Chargers defense. Their offense is good, but so far they've given up the most yardage on defense through the first 2 weeks of the season, almost 600 yards. And I think a guy like Kirk Cousins could exploit that. Now, if I pick the Vikings 3 weeks in a row and they lose this game, I'm done picking the Vikings for a while. But this defense in LA is giving up so many yards that I have concerns there. And I think Kirk Cousins is the perfect QB to exploit that bad defense. Bears versus Chiefs. I think this is an easy Chiefs victory. Justin Fields getting absolutely steamrolled after his performance last week. Give me the Chiefs there. Finally, Rams versus Bengals. Rams kept it really close against the Niners last week, and that wide receiver they've got there, I was just talking about him last video. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but that rookie wide receiver looks like a monster. I think Joe Burrow is still playing hurt. His leg is still bothering him. I mentioned in my review video last week, any passes over 15 yards, he's just not making them right now. For my upset pick of the week, give me the Los Angeles Rams beating the Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati starting this season 0-3. That's what I'm saying. Giants versus Niners. Giants had a really good comeback win last week. They looked really good. But honestly, this Niners team, I think, is their top 3, top 4 team in the NFL this season. They have Super Bowl aspirations. And Saquon Barkley is going to miss this game. He was a big part of their comeback last week. I think the Niners take this one over the Giants. Falcons versus Lions. Lions lose one of their best defensive players last week. Torn back muscle. And Falcons played an amazing game against the Packers. Bijan Robinson is an absolute just rocket, and he was carving up the defense. So you have a Lions defense, it's going to be a little bit softer than they were last week. I've picked the Lions 2 weeks in a row now. Give me the Falcons winning this one. I think the Falcons could start off 3-0 this season. Saints versus Packers. Saints have looked good. Their defense looks amazing. I think they have a top 5 defense in the NFL. But right now, their offensive chemistry is the issue. Derek Carr's looked visibly frustrated at times with his receivers. Seems like not everybody's on the same page with play calls and routes. But that defense is a lockdown defense. And this Packers team, they're coming off a loss last week. I think the Saints get the win here. Playing in Lambeau, but I'm still gonna go Saints. Panthers in Seattle playing the Seahawks. Panthers did not look great playing the Saints. I think the Seahawks had a really good bounce back win last week against the Lions. A gutsy performance. I'll take the Seattle Seahawks winning that game. Cowboys versus Cardinals. I don't think I really have to explain myself here. Give me the Cowboys. And Eagles versus Buccaneers. Buccaneers have looked good. Baker Mayfield had a great game last week. Tampa had a great game last week. Eagles haven't looked as good as I expect them to, but they're still getting wins, even though they're struggling a bit. They're not looking quite as potent as us. I thought they were going to be like world beaters, but right now I think the Niners look better. I think the Dolphins look better. I was expecting the Eagles to be the best team in the league potentially, but they look maybe a little bit below some of the other guys in the pack right now. I'll take the Eagles though to beat the Buccaneers. So in the AFC, I have the Tennessee Titans beating the Cleveland Browns, the Houston Texans beating the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Baltimore Ravens beating the Indianapolis Colts, the Miami Dolphins beating the Denver Broncos, the New York Jets beating the New England Patriots, and the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Las Vegas Raiders. In the interconference games, I have the Buffalo Bills beating the Washington Commanders, the Minnesota Vikings beating the Los Angeles Chargers, the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Chicago Bears, and the LA Rams upsetting the Cincinnati Bengals. In the NFC, I have the San Francisco 49ers beating the New York Giants. I have the Atlanta Falcons beating the Detroit Lions, the New Orleans Saints beating the Green Bay Packers, the Seattle Seahawks beating the Carolina Panthers, the Dallas Cowboys beating the Arizona Cardinals, and the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So there's my predictions for week 3, already into week 3 of the season. Feels like it's already almost over, right? But let me know what you guys think of these predictions in the comments down below. If you agree or disagree, what you're looking forward to seeing this coming week in the NFL. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more content just like this almost every single day. Until next time, guys. Bye bye.